Aloha and welcome to my show. I am Prince John Onolani Remus IV. Today I'm going to share with you a brief review of an update of new discoveries I've made in the realm of sexuality, and I'm going to do a little light work session to help you clear your life and clear any blocks or hurt feelings that you have. So, starting off with this, I, I think that anyone can give or great oral sex, and therefore it doesn't matter so much as to if you're unhealthy or overweight or elderly, you can still really pleasure somebody. Now, instead of going out to a party and flirting with a woman and being half-assed about my sexuality, I focus on what I want, which is to have sexual release, which is why I occupy myself with my own bedroom time, and I can perhaps fantasize about a particular person that I've seen. Uh, but this is an alternative to playing games with desire and a random person, that I might see that I want to maybe subconsciously I'm inclined to try to seduce them or, flirt with them. Let's have control over that aspect of physicality and life. Take a deep breath, relax, and in the same context, you may have some elders in your who you consider family, or you've seen them walking. They only look lonely or pitiful if they don't have a mate. So let's discover what it takes to sustain a long relationship that that lasts. So even when we don't look so good, we are still compelled to love each other and want nobody else. On another note, treating children like a doctor treats clients so that there's less attachment to them, only attachment to oneself and the soulmate. And I believe that allows for more well-rounded discipline. And for instance, if the child is being uh, belligerent and anti-authoritative, then they can be kicked out of the house or asked to leave instead of the parents feeling a sense of empathy towards the child because it's quote unquote theirs. And remember, if you're watching the show, it's likely you think of yourself as a prince or a princess, and that you are really God, and you're not this body, but you're the light that flows through it. And if you ever feel sad about not having that much, or not having your favorite job or money or etc., just remember that you're God, and all these physical things, like some people can afford fancy things, it doesn't stack up to knowing the knowledge that I'm sharing here, and I'm sure you're harmonizing with. Because when you're with your soulmate and you guys truly love each other, you can go through the ups and downs, the sickness and the health, rich and poor. Another thought, even if I don't like working for others, many of the jobs that are offered in society, I must use my spare time towards the career and goals of my choice. In other words, remain industrious and engaged and focused on something, instead of just giving up because, you don't really like your occupation. And remember, sometimes your boss may not know how to be a boss. And so as a as a but always see everyone as having an incredible intelligence, and so that way you don't estimate people as being less or lower. Now I've got lots of notes, as you can see. I'm going way back into my notes, and I'm going to see if there's any old insights that might be fun to check out. So let's see what I was saying at Philosophy 1. Okay. In Philosophy 1, I was saying who pays me and what is my job and who do I give my time to. And in other words, do I really have time to go to an event and just pretend that I like it, or just try to do social things to impress other people? Or do I have the mindset of two young lovers who just want to enjoy each other's company and put that interface onto my life? And I've really been having a lot of fun finding pictures on Bing.com, the search engine, uh, free pornography, and like on my phone, for instance, I can go on the internet here and I can download porn for free from a website called pornpros.com. Just a few thoughts for you if you're wanting to really enjoy everything that we have to share. The internet is one way of sharing with each other everything we can. So let's do something here. Let's have some fun with life, but keep it sacred as well. And I think that's all I've got for that. Now let's do our little light work session here. Okay, so bringing that brilliant white orb of bright white light into your hands, smiling and beaming yourself first, brilliant white light. Remember, you can go in public or just imagine a person that you're thinking of and just see them smiling and holding that bright white light. See one person that you know. And then go out in public maybe and beam the beam all over and just see, this is going beyond time and space. It's like you can do the beam anywhere and it just creates this transcendence of time and space, because we can really live in the eternal moment and enjoy life just like it was meant to be enjoyed, and experience ourselves. I should say singular experience ourself, God. So now see somebody that you're upset at and watch them smiling, and see them holding that bright white light, and just control your space. It's not really about them, it's about what's in your head, the thoughts in your head, and projections. And now we're going to do a little global visualization. So go out into space for a second. Imagine you see the Earth there. And now imagine you're looking at wherever you live, on a map of the world from space. And zoom in like on Google Earth and see a beam of bright white light bouncing off the nearest big building or mountain in the area. And it bounces, reflects, and people lift up, they grab it. Notice people of different races doing this action, and now notice how they beam to another country far away, and you see people smiling in Europe, for instance, perhaps in Germany, and just see them joyous. Don't create any barriers here of what the clothing they're wearing or what they're eating, but just see them smiling and handling that brilliant white light. And now go all the way to Japan, see them there smiling, and see how even though you may not be able to communicate with them directly or even understand their language, you can see by looking in their eyes that that's you, and just see them smiling, beaming brilliant white light through their buildings and through their towns in mountainous regions and in China, and see all these people just smiling. Now we see perhaps some American soldiers. We see them sitting down to have lunch and just beam every single one of their lunch plates. Watch this. Watch this. Okay. And now let's see them smiling. Let's see Middle Easterners smiling and maybe doing their prayer. Actually, we shouldn't see anyone doing anything specific, just like even eating or driving. Just see the person standing there and, hold that brilliant ball of white light. They're holding it. Now, last but not least, focus on the one person that you're interested in right now, romantically. I believe everyone's always interested at one given time, but we have to quiet ourselves and ask the universe for signs instead of forcing ourselves or trying to seduce each other. We've got to be really careful and respectful. And so see that person smiling and holding the light, and just let it go and see what happens. All right. Remember, just replay this if you want to do it again. And all right. See you next time.